How's it going, everybody? Welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. That's Occupancy. We may have a couple more people joining us here shortly. The big announcement, the Major League Baseball show, I decided on a time. It'll be 3:30 p.m. Eastern. That show, for the start of the season while NHL is still going, it won't be a full 16 game slate for baseball. What we'll probably do is pick 5 or 6 games that we'll go over for whoever's on. So that'll be a little bit of a shorter show, probably around 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Give me 15 minutes to get for this show to come on. And so we'll be diving into baseball. That'll be starting April 7th, and we'll have a season preview show before then. Occupancy, how has things been going for you?
Yeah, it's an exciting NHL day today. A lot of good games. Excited to do some live betting. Got a couple pregame plays locked in, which I'll share with everyone. But one thing with like the more I watch the games and have like the betting mentality during the games, like the closer I pay attention to the lines that I really want. It's not just like a mishmash. So like on Tuesday there was Pittsburgh team total over 2.5, 3.5 that we could have gotten, but like now I got them all like scoped out. So just stoked for it, and yeah, excited for some hockey.
All right, we will jump into the first game here. Dallas is in Carolina. Plus 180 for the Stars, minus 220 for the Hurricanes, a total of 5.5 in this one. Bring up the stats here. Dallas 3-1 in their last 4, 2 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. Carolina 1-3-1 in their last 5. In their last 10, 1 over, 8 under, 1 landed on 6. Carolina obviously the better home record. The Canes 5-2 in their last 7 at home against Dallas, 1 over, 5 under in the last 6 meetings. Goals for, advantage Carolina. Goals against, advantage Carolina. Penalty kill, power play, advantage Carolina. Goaltending, advantage Carolina. Wedgewood will make his debut for Dallas here. He's been 909 save percentage, 3.16 goals against. He's been allowing a few more goals as of late. And Frederik Andersen, 928 save percentage, 2.06 goals against. He's also been letting in a bit more, but still 2.20 goals against, 915 save percentage. He's been awesome. I was leaning to the under in this game. I'm trying to be a little bit more selective here, so I'm going a little bit lower volume for a little bit here. So didn't quite make my card, especially with Wedgewood. He's been okay, but this will be his debut, so we'll see what happens. I think it could be a low-scoring game here. I don't trust the Carolina offense right now. Occupancy, what do you think here? Stars and Hurricanes.
Yeah, so looking at the last game, Dallas and Edmonton, that's I think the great example of like knowing the position players and like could Dallas do what they did to Edmonton against Carolina? I'm going to say no. I think the reason why Dallas won that last game is because Rupe Hintz was skating like a madman and just slid the puck through Koskinen's legs. And then there you go. That starts the run, and Dallas wins the game. With the way Carolina plays defense, I just don't see the Stars winning that type of game tonight. So yeah, I mean, I'm not on a side here at all. Not going to lay a price with Carolina, and also not going to trust Dallas to win the whole game. So this is a game, I'm excited to watch live and kind of, see what team I think is skating hard, or maybe try to get in, on some live bet. But the only thing pregame that I did lock in is Wedgewood over 29.5 saves. Carolina has had 41, 44, and 20 shots in their last three. So you could see that they're putting volume towards the net. And I think Wedgwood is going to want to, show his new team that, he's a good goalie. So I did lock that in. But yeah, other than that, just, see kind of what this game develops as.
All right. We'll go on here to the next game. Florida minus 290 is in Montreal. That is mistaken. Hold on a second here. They're not both minus 290. Florida is minus 290 and Montreal is plus 235. Let me quickly correct that here. A lot of games. Typo here. Florida minus 290, Montreal plus 235, total 6.5 in this one, minus 110 each way. Tampa 2-5 in their last 7, 6 straight unders. This is on the wrong game. My bad. Sorry, guys. Tampa minus 110, Boston minus 110. We'll go back to the Florida game. Total 5.5, minus 110 each way in this one. Tampa 2-5 in their last 7, 6 straight unders. Boston 5-1 in their last 6, 3 unders, 2 landed on 6. Tampa 20-11-2 on the road. Boston 18-10-2 at home. Tampa Bay has won 4 in a row in Boston, 3 over, 1 under. Goals for advantage, Tampa here. Goals against advantage Boston slightly. Penalty kill, Boston, and power play, Boston advantage as well. Goaltending, Swayman is confirmed. Vasilevsky was projected last time I checked. On the season, Swayman has better numbers than Vasilevsky. As of late, though, Vasilevsky's numbers are a bit better. Swayman's winning, but he is allowing a bit more with .899 save percentage, 2.8 goals against in his last 5 here. This one was very close to making my making my slate as well. I was going to go with Boston Bruins here, but decided to stay off. There's a couple spots I like better here. If I had to bet something, it would be the Bruins in this. They've just been the better team as of late. But Tampa Bay's had success in Boston, so it scares me off a little bit. Occupancy, what do you think here, Lightning Bruins?
Yeah, this is a side I'm not going to take either tonight. With the pick'em, regular season game towards in spring, either team, this is the NHL, either team can come out and take the game. One thing though that stuck out to me is that out of every team playing tonight, Boston has had more shots for in their last 3 games. They've been out shooting their opponents 117-91. So they are peppering the net. So with that angle and not wanting to look at a side or total for this, still think there's some money to be made with the player props. I took Vasilevsky over saves. Depending on if you want to lay juice with a parlay or just straight bet. I have him at over 27.5, but the line was at over 29.5. So I actually parlayed him with Wedgwood, and I got a right around even money. I expect Boston to come out on home ice and do what they've been doing the last 3 games, and then the Vasilevsky save prop should cash. We both know these teams, and yeah, should be a good hockey game. That's all I got for this one.
All right, I'll jump into the next game here. Florida minus 290 is in Montreal plus 235. A total of 6.5 in this one. Florida has not had much success here in Montreal. Montreal's 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. However, this Florida team is a lot different than what this Montreal team has faced in the past year. Florida 7-1-1 in their last 9, 5 over, 3 under. Montreal 2-2-3 in their last 7, 8 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6 in their last 10. Obviously, Florida has the much better road record here, the much better overall stats. If we go to goaltending here, Spencer Knight 12-7-3 on the year, 906 save percentage, 2.88 goals against. However, in his last 5, he's 3-1-1 with a 937 save percentage and a 1.8 goals against average. So he's playing much better lately since he came back to the team than he was previously on in the season. Jake Allen, 6-16-4, 905 save percentage, 3.09 goals against. But as of late, 899 save percentage, 3 goals against, 1-2-2 on his last 5. I think Florida comes out motivated here. They just got Giroux, and they got Sherratt from Montreal. So I think we get a motivated Florida team here. I think we see some offense in this as well. I think it should be a high-scoring game. I didn't take Florida on the puck line. Obviously, the odds kind of priced me out of it. But I do have Florida in my 4-team money line parlay. Florida is the first team in that. I like them tonight to win this game. Occupancy, Panthers, Canadiens. What do you think here?
Yeah, everything I'm hearing, the Panthers are juiced right now. They're excited. They got the 2 new players, Drew and Sherratt. And yeah, I mean, I'm priced out anywhere, money line, puck line. But what I got circled is the Florida team total. So right now it's at 4.5 or plus 125. Just in case we get like a kind of weird first game with the new guys and they're playing like a 2-1, 3-1 game. I'm not going to take the over 4.5, but I tell you, at any point, if that turns into a 3.5 at like minus 130 or better, I'll be betting it. Probably quarter up to a half a unit. This is the type of game that if it does start slow, shots and maybe Montreal kills an early penalty or something. But then we can get to 3.5 for the Florida Panthers. I think I'd like that. And then the pregame angle I took, and say what you will about it, but I took Jake Allen over saves. Florida's outshot their opponents 112-76 in their last 3 games. So they're getting over north of 30 shots pretty handedly. And that was on the road as well. So for Jake Allen, I got him over 30.5 saves. I think he gets there, even if he lets in 4 or 5. I still think he can get 31 saves with this Florida team. That's what I got for this one.
All right. Welcome in, that sports guy. We went over the first 3 games. So do you have anything for Dallas, Carolina?
Yeah, I'm on under 6 in that. I liked it a little better when I thought Ottinger was going to go, but Stars are going with Wedgwood. I think kind of just looking at these 2 teams and seeing how Carolina's offense hasn't been able to generate too much as of late. I think we see under 6 goals in this game. I think we see a tight checking game here. So I rock the under 6 at minus 120, I believe. And then what was the next one?
Tampa, Boston.
Tampa. This is another game where I'm going under. We got 2 of the better defensive teams in the league. Vasilevsky against Swayman, who's looked pretty good as well. Give me another under here, under 5.5 at minus 110.
All right, and then we just talked about Florida, Montreal.
I took the Habs team total over 2.5. Like you guys said, I think Florida comes out. I think they're juiced for this game. I think they win this game, but I think we see a 5-3 game. Knight has looked better as of late. I think you mentioned that as well earlier in the chat, Terry. But on the year, he hasn't been too great. The Habs offensively at home can surprise. So I think we end up seeing a 5-3 game here, sort of thing. So I took the Habs team total over 2.5 at minus 105.
All right. Bruins Tampa draw. I want to talk you off that. I want to talk you off that. Shot anytime goal versus former team. Hey. I want to. Who knows? Could happen. We'll jump into the next game here. Red Wings are in New York facing the Islanders. Plus 190 for Detroit. Minus 230 for the Islanders. A total of 5.5 in this one. Detroit 2-6-1 in their last 9, even to the over/under. Islanders 6-1-1 in their last 8. 3 under, 1 landed on 6 in the last 4. Obviously, Islanders a better home record, 4-0-0 in their last 4 at home versus Detroit. In the last 6 meetings, 5 over, 1 under. Goals for, advantage Islanders. Goals against, big advantage Islanders. Power play, penalty kill, advantage Islanders. Huge advantage in the penalty kill department. On goaltending, Greiss versus Sorokin. Sorokin, obviously the much better goalie, especially as of late. Greiss 0-3 in his last 3, .850 save percentage, 4 goals against, and then he's had a couple games where he's played less than a period. I didn't count those in the stats, but they haven't been pretty either. Sorokin 4-1 in his last 5, .957 save percentage, 1.4 goals against. I think this is a spot the Islanders win. I don't trust them on the puck line though, so I didn't take them here on the puck line. I do have a Sorokin in some DFS teams that I've done here. I think he puts up a good game, and I'll probably have the Islanders money line in a parlay or two. I think they get the win here, but I don't trust them on the puck line myself. Kmitzi, what do you think here, Wings and Islanders?
Yeah, just looking back at the last Islanders game, they had the tie with Ottawa going into the third. So, yeah, Nathan, I saw that too. Race to 4 for Florida, honestly, is a great look. I didn't realize that would be -110. I might put that in. That I could see that happening. But yeah, on this Islanders game, like, I'm not going to trust them on the puck line. I'm not going to lay -220. But this, this could be a spot where you get an Islanders team total over 2.5. They're not really a first period over team generally. So, this first period could end 0-0 pretty easily, I think, or 1-0, or whatever. But I think the Islanders will get in 3 against Greiss. And then, if you just look that way, win or lose, you'll cash with an Islanders team total in game. So I'm going to write that down and just wait, check those odds and see what happens in the game. That's it for me here.
All right. That's Barsky, Wings, and Islanders. Any thoughts here?
I stayed off this game. I think it might be the only game. I know there's 2 games I stayed off of, but this is one of them. I don't really trust the Isles to cover a puck line, so I'm not really going to back them in that spot. Obviously, we're priced off the money line, priced off the 3-way money line, so I'm just going to leave this game alone.
All right. We'll go on here to the next game, and I like this next game. I finally have a single pick in this next game. Ottawa is in Winnipeg, +210 for Ottawa, -250 for the Jets, a total of 6 in this one. Ottawa 1-5 in their last 6 games, 3 under, 1 landed on 6 in the last 4. Winnipeg 6-2 in their last 8, 5 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. Winnipeg, obviously the better home record than Ottawa on the road. The Jets are 4-2 in the last 6 at home against Ottawa, 4 over, 1 under, 2 landed on 6. Winnipeg has the advantage here, goals for, goals against, power play. A small advantage for the Sens on the penalty kill, just because the Jets are pretty bad on the penalty kill. Forsberg versus Hellebuck. Hellebuck, as of late, 4-1 in his last 5, .932 save percentage, 2.6 goals against. So he has played better lately than his season record as a whole. I just feel like what do the Sens really have to play for in this game? The Jets are fighting for a playoff spot. Obviously, they should bring their best effort. The Jets have been tough sometimes this year, where they don't show up where you think they're going to show up. My best bet the other night was the Jets race to 4 goals, and it looked like it was a goner. I was upset about it, and then right at the end there, the Jets score 2 to win 4-0. So Uh, I am on the Jets puck line. I like the Jets here. They're also on my money line parlay, the second team in my money line parlay. I like the Jets here. Let's see, what do you think, Sens and Jets?
Yeah, I just went to look at the head-to-head here. For whatever reason, they haven't played since September against each other, and the Sens actually won 3-2. Looks like in overtime or shootout. So it's weird, like, to see these teams not having met really all that much this year. But look, pesky Sens have stolen coin from us all before, I'm sure, with big money line favorites like the Jets are tonight. But I mean, look at the last couple games. I mean, Jets have won 4 of their last 5. They're playing good hockey, regardless of their last year in the playoffs or whatever. I mean, they're playing good hockey. They shut out Vegas. They won a high scoring game with Chicago. Lost a tight one to the Bruins and beat St. Louis in Vegas. They're playing good. They they didn't make my card for pregame, but yeah, why not team total once that gets at a good deal? 3.5 too. Yeah, and I'll jump in a little later and I'll do a little comparison for this game, but right now, nothing pregame. But I still like the Jets.
All right, that's Sports Guy, Sens and Jets. What do you think here?
I took the Sens team total over 2.5 at plus 105. Kind of just looking at this game. Hellebuck did get a shutout last game, 40-something saves, but you look at before that, he let in 3 straight goals and I think 10 straight starts. This Jets team is still giving up looks defensively. So, I mean, I don't know. I think occupancy said the word perfect. These pesky Sens, that term's thrown around quite a bit. So I think they can cause problems tonight at this price point. I like the Sens team total over. I don't think we see Hellebuck get another shutout. I don't think that one game sorry. I think the one game sample is enough to say he's turned a corner personally. So I mean, I took a shot with the Sens team total at plus money.
All right. Give us a 5-3 win and for the Jets, and I'll be happy.
I'll take it. I can see it going that way. Like, the Jets really do need this game for playoffs. Obviously, it means a lot more to them, but the Sens just seem to cause people problems when people least expect it, kind of thing.
That's true. They have been a very annoying team this year. We'll jump into the next one here. The Flyers plus 215 are in St. Louis, minus 260. A total of 6 in this one, minus 110 each way. We have a Martin Jones sighting. Martin Jones is confirmed. That'll be a net tonight for the Flyers. 2-2 in their last 4 games. The Blues 3-1-2 in their last 6, so they have turned a corner after their rough patch they had there. 5 over, 1 under in their last 6. Obviously, the Blues with a much better home record than Philly on the road. Philly 3-2 in the last 5 in St. Louis. 3 over, 1 under, 1-nighted on 6. 4 of the last 8 meetings have gone to overtime between these two. Goals for, huge advantage for the Blues. Goals against, big advantage for the Blues. Penalty kill, power play, both 10% better for the Blues and the Flyers. Jones versus Bennington. Bennington hasn't been too bad lately. 2-2-1, 928 save percentage, 2 goals against. Martin Jones, 1-3-1, 915 save percentage, 2.6 goals against. So he hasn't been too bad either. But this Blues team is a hell of a lot better than this Flyers team. For me, I have St. Louis money line in my No, I don't. They're going to be in one of my other parlays. I think the Blues win this, but I don't want to take them on the puck line because I think this could be a close game. And then I'll have Blues players in my DFS, of course, my DFS teams. Jones should get lit up here. He's been okay lately, but he should get lit up here by this Blues team. Occupancy, what do you think here? Flyers and Blues.
Yeah, that sports guy used a great term before. He said turning the corner. Um, and I think this Blues team has turned the corner. I think this Blues team has gone through some injuries, and I stayed off the Blues for a long time. I got burned a little bit a couple months ago with trying to ride them a little too hard. And I said, you know what? There's going to be a time where they're going to turn it back up, and I think that time is now. Um, even in the even when they lost the Blue Jackets over the weekend, they put up 4. I think that was a Perron Hattie that night, and they still lost. And then they came and just crushed the Caps. So, the first line I was looking at was minus 120 for St. Louis team total over 3.5. And I was thinking about it, and then I said, you know what? I get even money for the puck line, and just at this point in the season, maybe they don't run up the score. I think they still will for sure. But if they're going to beat the Capitals by 3 when the Capitals were doing well, what's to say they can't beat the Flyers by 2 or more? So I locked in St. Louis minus 1.5. That's at even money right now. And that's one of my favorite plays tonight. So we'll see. Hopefully they just go to work and get the job done.
All right. That sports guy, Flyers and Blues. What do you think here?
I'm on the over here. I looked at the Blues team total thinking with Jonesy going for the Flyers, that'd probably be my look. But I think the Flyers keep this game somewhat competitive, at least at the start. I think we see goals. So I think the over is priced pretty nice. It was minus 110, so I'm on over 6 here. I think the Blues win this game, maybe 5-3 at the end of it. But I think we see goals regardless. I think we see a tight game for a bit. And, yeah, give me over 6.
All right. We'll jump into the next one here. It's here, me versus that sports guy. When I was looking at the schedule earlier on this year, I noticed that the Wild are facing a lot of people on the show, a lot of their favorite teams. So it'll be a Wild versus whoever a lot. And today it's Wild versus that sports guy. Canucks versus Minnesota, plus 170 for Vancouver, minus 200 for the Wild, a total of 6 in this one. Vancouver 2-3-2 in their last 7, 3 over, 4 under. The Wild 5-1-1 on their last 7, 1 over, 3 under, 1 landed on 6. Obviously, the Wild have the better home record here, 27-1. The Canucks 4-2 in the last 6 in Minnesota, 2 over, 3 under, 2 landed on 6. Goals for, big advantage for the Wild. Goals against, even. Penalty kill. The Canucks have a pretty bad penalty kill here and a slightly better power play for the Canucks. This Wild home power play, they're top 10 on the road in power play, but they're in the bottom 3 at home for some reason. I can't explain it. Well, I can, but I won't get into it. Demko is facing Talbot here. Talbot, 5 wins in a row, 926 save percentage, 2-point goals against. Demko 1-3-1, 918 save percentage, 2.6 goals against. This Wild team, they are pumped up. Fleury is there. Middleton will make his debut tonight on the top D pair with Jared Spurgeon. That makes me so much more confident in the Wild's top 4 defensemen. Spurgeon, Middleton, and Brodin and Dumba. I'm so much more confident there. Talbot's been playing well. The Wild are fired up. The arena's fired up. I like the Wild here on the puck line, minus 1.5. I think the Wild come to play tonight, and they get the job done here versus the Canucks. Occupancy, what do you think here, Canucks and Wild?
Yeah, that sports guy. You wanna jump in here for your Canucks and
Sure, that's what I say.
Yeah, sure. I might surprise a lot of people here, but I'm actually taking under 6 at plus 100. I think if you look at the Wild in this last little stretch here, they've kind of fixed things defensively. In terms of expected goals and high danger looks against, And then if you look at Talbot as well, he seems like he's kind of turned a corner maybe a little bit, starting to play a little better. Maybe Fleury coming in, or he knew somebody was going to come in. Maybe it kind of motivated him a little bit there. But you got Demko on the road, who's hopefully rested up after this team played a decent game last night. Jacks, they took your money last night. They made me money last night. Yeah, I don't know. I think this game goes under. I think we see a tight game, a playoff type of game. This next team is kind of battling for their lives here. So I'll probably make a personal play on the money line for Vancouver. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for the Wild tonight. I think Vancouver played a good defensive game last night. They haven't been great on back-to-backs, but I mean, coming off the win against the Avs where you got your backup playing and he kind of shuts the door against that team, I think it gives you a little bit of juice. So give me under 6. I expect a little bit of a defensive game here. Like I said, if it's the worst case scenario, I think maybe the Wild win this game 4-1. But we definitely see under 6 here tonight. I think just how good defensively the Wild have been as of late, and just kind of hoping Vancouver builds on that defensive effort from last night.
All right, I agree. I've been burned by the Wild team total over lately. They just haven't been scoring as much. They've just focused on defense, but that's fine because
for sure
defense is important, and
them,
that's
right?
what they've been lacking. So if they're going to score a little bit less, but they're going to allow less, I'm fine with it. Just means I'll take the Wild puck lines instead of team total going forward. I'm going to see what do you think here, Canucks Wild.
Puck lines and unders. I don't know. It's kind of a weird combination, isn't it? Don't you think? Like me personally, if I'm leaning towards an under, then I try and stay away from puck lines.
Well, I do lean towards the under, but I think the Wild still win by 2. I still think the Wild. I could see the Wild winning 3-0, 3-1, like you said, 4-1.
Oh, so are you calling a Talbot shutout on the show right now? Please,
no,
I will
not say those words. I will not say those words. But I can see. What do you think here, Canucks Wild?
Yeah, I got a look here. Someone might be interested in. Last night, well, first off, my plan for this game was to tail Terry. That was my plan for this game completely. But last night, my best bet cash was the Leafs and under 7. And that was a plus 144, I think. So right now, though, the Wild and under 6 is a plus 210. That's an interesting look if you really think they're going to play tight, because then you save yourself a little bit on the spread. So empty net either way, and a 3-2 game, 3-1 game, you'll still cash. So that's an interesting look. I may end up still tailing Terry with the puck line, but regardless of what everyone else was saying, I think the Minnesota Wild are going to win this game. It was not easy, I don't think, for the Canucks last night. Third period in altitude, and then now coming into the house at XL Energy Center, I think it's just going to be. I think Bruce and the boys were pumped with 2 last night in Denver, and then tonight I think it's the Wild's night. So it's just like kind of how you want to get in, but I'm honestly considering this Wild and under 6. For plus 210, that could make the card.
Bruce will definitely want to win this game, though. I will say that he was fired by Minnesota a couple of years ago. Bruce is a great coach. As I said, I love him, but that was not really his fault. It was the Wild lineup at that time. That's pretty much why he got fired. But yes, one more stat. I have a stat from Melissa here that she sent me earlier. After I bet the Wild puck line, she sent this to me. Did you know Wild have covered the puck line in their last 9 at home following a home win? So every home win they've had, they've covered the puck line the next game at home. So we'll go for number 10 here on the Wild puck line tonight. And we'll see if we can get it here. We'll jump into the next game. Sharks plus 210.
Streaks are meant to be broken, Terry. Streaks are meant to be broken.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. The Sharks plus 210 are in Edmonton minus 250. Total 6.5 minus 110 each way in this one. Kaapo Kähkönen is making his debut for the Sharks. He will face Mike Smith in this one. Both goaltenders right now, Kähkönen 0-4-1 in his last 5 in Minnesota, 866 save percentage, 3.8 goals against. The last 5 games were right during the Wild's rough losing streak. So that is why his numbers are bad there. His numbers are better overall in the season. Smith, he's been playing okay as of late. Still bad save percentage. Edmonton 5-1-1 in their last 7. The Sharks 4-2-1 in their last 7. The Sharks have won 5 in a row in Edmonton. For some reason, they beat Calgary. They beat Edmonton. I guess they're the Alberta Sharks. I don't know. For some reason, they have success here. 5 over, 1 under in the last 6. Obviously, Edmonton the better team here on the season. The Sharks have a much better penalty kill, big advantage in the penalty kill. Edmonton advantage on the power play. Edmonton advantage on the goals for. Sharks advantage on the goals against. But they will now be without Jacob Middleton, who went to Minnesota. So they will be out without him now going forward in their D line, D pairs. And we'll see what happens in this one. I lean San Jose plus 1.5 here. I think Kähkönen has a good game with his new team, and the Sharks have had success in Edmonton. So I lean Sharks plus 1.5. It is actually in my one parlay. I have 2 parlays going. I'll give them out at the end of the show here. I do have San Jose plus 1.5 in one of them. I think this is a close game, and Sharks may get the upset here. Occupancy, what do you think here, Sharks and Oilers?
Oh, yeah, Terry. Edmonton money line at Dallas is a heartbreaker. It really is. To be down by a goal in the third, tie it, then take the 1-goal lead, and then watch Rupe Hintz just put it through Mikko. It was pretty upsetting, to be honest here. But that's hockey, and you bounce back. And I'm on Edmonton puck line. There's a couple different angles here that I know the Twitter world and people are getting fired up for. I mean, obviously the Evander Kane story. I got him for a point already locked in, but really as like the bigger picture with just the Oilers team here. Yeah, they're at home now and they've been playing well at home. They've been figuring out how to close out games, and they were doing really well. Like before the Dallas and Colorado games, like they were really playing great. So I like to back them. And I mean, realistically, I mean, the Sharks listen, their top line can compete with any other top line. Hurdle, Couture, Meyer. I mean, they're great. They're great. It's just when you look at the whole package, I got to be behind Edmonton here. So I did lock in the puck line and then live betting for the team total over 3.5, maybe 2.5 if it's a slow start kind of thing. Because, we got Mike Smith in the back too. So, I mean, this is one of those things where I'm like, I got the puck line, but, we got Mike Smith in the back, and do we really trust him to put up a brick wall so our puck line covers? I'm not so sure. But then, you come in and live bet and match whatever you put down the puck line with a team total over 2.5. And then we're just looking at either a split skis or a plus minus split kind of thing. So that's the way I'm looking for this game.
All right. That's Sports Guy. What do you think here, Sharks and Oilers?
Pass for me. Lean towards Sharks 1.5, but not going to touch it.
All right. We'll get to the rest of the comments here after I go over the next game. Blackhawks are in LA. Plus 170 for Chicago, minus 200 for the Kings. A total of 6 in this one. Chicago 3-5-1 on their last 9, 6 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. The Kings 3-2 in their last 5, 1 over, 4 under, 1 landed on 6. Kings obviously the better home record here than Chicago on the road. LA 7-1 in their last 8 at home against Chicago, 3 over, 5 under. 5 of 7 went to overtime. When these two teams face each other, there seems to be a lot of overtime. Goals for, advantage LA. Goals against, advantage LA. Penalty kill, slight advantage LA. Power play, slight advantage Chicago. Let me check and see if we have confirmed goalies yet. There wasn't when I typed this out earlier. Quick is confirmed, projected against Delia. Colin Delia has not been good in his brief appearance, either previous years in the NHL. I like the Kings here. They've had success here against Chicago. Yes, they've gone to overtime quite a bit, but I'm taking the Kings in regulation in this one. I didn't take them on the puck line, even though I think they do cover that puck line. I went a little bit safe with in regulation, but I like the Kings here tonight. What do you think, occupancy? Blackhawks, Kings?
Yeah, I just want to be pretty brief and simple here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. This week, the Predators, Nashville, went in and beat the Ducks. And then they had a back-to-back and got blown out 6-1 by the Kings waiting. The Blackhawks just beat the Ducks 4-2. Kings are sitting home waiting. It's the same spot kind of that we just saw with Nashville, and the Blackhawks are a whole different tier of a team. I'm on the Kings puck line. That's just what I'm going to go with.
All right, I like it. That sports guy, what do you think here? Blackhawks and Kings.
Pretty easy for me. Kings puck line. Kings in their last 8 as home favorites are 6-2. All 6 of those wins, they've covered the puck line. Blackhawks on the road this year without Marc-Andre Fleury are 0-11. Maybe a couple of those maybe went to OT. I'm not sure, but they have 11 losses in all 11 road games without Marc-Andre Fleury. So they've obviously got a huge downgrade in goaltending tonight. I think it's pretty straightforward. This Kings team is obviously better all across the board. I don't really want to overthink it, so give me the Kings -1.5 at +130, +125, whatever you're getting it at now.
All right, I like it. We'll jump into the last game before we get to the best bet and everything segment. Nashville -120 are in Vegas +100 in this one. A total of 6 -110 each way. I did not have any confirmed goaltenders when I last checked here. I guess Logan Thompson is confirmed now. Nobody is confirmed for Nashville yet. The Predators 7-3 in their last 10 games, 6 over, 1 under. Vegas in their last 9, 2-7, 4 over, 2 under, 1 landed on 6. Pretty even record. Nashville on the road and Vegas at home. The Predators all time in their 5 trips to Vegas, they're 3-2, 1 over, 3 under, 1 landed on 6. Goals for, advantage Preds. Goals against, advantage Golden Knights. Very even penalty kill and big advantage in the power play here for the Preds. I think the Predators -120 is kind of a steal. I think, I know it's in Vegas, but I think this Vegas team is going to miss the playoffs for the first time in their history. This just hasn't been a good year for them. I think Nashville wins this, so -120. I'm on that for sure. Occupancy. What do you think here, Preds and Golden Knights?
The Nashville Predators are a great hockey team right now. I've cashed a lot of tickets with them. They're fun to watch. They're putting in goals. They're making a nice playoff run. Everything is good about the Nashville Predators. Personally, when things are going really well is when I tend to take a step back, just because you're on the end of this 3-game road trip. Just played the California teams, then you go reverse travel back east to Vegas. It'd be tough for me to see the Predators in a letdown here, but just in case, I will not take a side before. But happily grab team total over 2.5 for the Preds when that drops down, hopefully in a slow start.
All right. That's Sports Guy. What do you think here?
I'm on the Preds money line. I got it at -110, and this was a pick'em. You look at this Vegas team; they're obviously struggling. They're banged up. Preds coming off that loss to the Kings. I believe that was their last game, right?
I think so.
Anyway, just kind of going with a better team here at a reasonable price. They got their guy Saros going to net again tonight. I think the Knights might get Pacioretty back. I believe I saw that he was a game time decision earlier, but I mean it's going to be his first game back tonight, so I don't really care for that too much. Lean towards the over as well. I don't think we see the Vegas. I don't think we see him get shut out three games in a row. I think they'll put a couple on the board here. Saros hasn't looked like himself as of late. Kind of still obviously getting wins, but he's letting goals in. So I mean, it's the over will probably make my card, but as of right now, I just have the Preds on the money line.
All right. Sorry, I was getting someone else's best bet typed in here. That is the slate of games. We'll move into dog of the day here. Some people sent in their dogs of the day. Let me get them here 1 second. One person sent in a dog today, and that is DJ, who sent in Dallas. He thinks Dallas wins. I almost went with San Jose, but I did not get to it here. What do you think? Occupancy? You didn't send me one earlier. Is there a dog that you like today?
Seeing Finnegan and loving this segment. It's one of my favorite ones on the show. I
yeah,
can't
you actually give in one every you've given out the most dogs, and you're
I do usually. There's one I like, but today I can't do it. I can't.
Okay.
I don't see any.
Nothing wrong with that. That's why it's optional. That's Sports Guy. Is there a dog of the day that you like today?
No, but I'll go with the Canucks.
I knew it. That's totally your decision. Okay, Canucks. We'll go on here to over under. For me, nothing. I was going to go with that Dallas under. It was a look for me yesterday, but with Wedgwood, I think they tighten up for Wedgwood, so I still do think it goes under, but I'm not going to take it here. DJ and Nathan both chose the same over under. They went Ottawa, Winnipeg over 6. And occupancy, you went Dallas, Carolina under 6. That's Bars Guy. Is there a total that you like today? Are you there?
I don't know. Going with a couple overs, couple unders. Just doing some work right now. So off the top of my head, no. I don't think I'm too confident enough to give one here. Even though I'm playing quite a few totals. Whatever. Yeah, I won't give one.
Yeah, it's totally optional. There is the standings, which I didn't have up here before, but here it is. And we will go on to best bets and best parlay pieces here. Let me scroll down. For me, best bet, no surprise here. I'm going Minnesota on the puck line, plus 125. Best parlay piece, I'm going Minnesota money line. I like my team right now. I like how they're playing and with the new additions. Nick, you went with Los Angeles puck line, plus 125, and LA money line. DJ took Minnesota, Ryan Hartman over 2.5 shots, which is at plus 100, which is insane because that should be like minus 150 the way Hartman shoots. Vegas, he went with Eichel over 0.5 point for his parlay piece. Nathan went Winnipeg race to 5 at plus 215. I like it, Nathan. The Sharks Edmonton over 5.5 for his parlay piece. Vito went Tampa puck line plus 225, and he went Edmonton team total over 2.5 as his parlay piece. Occupancy, he went LA puck line plus 125. St. Louis team total over 2.5 is your parlay piece. Melissa, Philly, St. Louis over 6. And she went St. Louis money line as her parlay piece. And Tim went St. Louis puck line plus 105 and St. Louis money line as his parlay piece. That's Bart's guy. What do you think here?
Give me the Kings puck line as my best bet. I should have came with something a little bit higher if I knew Vito was taking a plus 220. I've slid. I think I lost 3 units in the last 5 days on the show, maybe 3 days. It's not good.
You're on first by 0.7 or 0.71. So hey, you're still in first on best bets. So that's good.
What's he choose? What's Tampa's puck line?
Plus 225.
Fuck.
But Tampa would have to win by 2.
Okay,
so.
off the top of my head, the only one I could consider that's higher than that is Cole Caulfield to score at home again at plus 280. But they are playing. Okay, you know what? Give me Cole Caulfield to score best bet plus 280.
Caulfield anytime goal, which is plus 280.
Yeah.
All right, and if it's better,
I'm gonna regret the shit out of this.
All right, you're going ballsy. What are you doing for parlay piece?
Kings money line. I kind of want to change that now. I feel like there's no need. Even if Vito does get ahead of me, there's a lot of days left.
Yeah, there's no I was telling Weapon X, don't overthink it. Don't overthink the best bet. There's still a lot of time in the season left. And then playoffs.
No, you know what? I'm on the Habs team total over anyway. If it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be Cole at home. I'll fucking stick with that.
All right. That is a show. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And we will be back tomorrow for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best of luck tonight, guys.